Ah, welcome to Ron's cooking show. And today, we're messing up cakes. Hello, YouTubes. I don't have all my camera stuff is frozen because I left it in the car last night. But it is Elysse's 18th birthday, and there's a cake Ming used to make her all the time, for her birthday especially. So I've never made it, but I have the recipe for it, and I'm gonna give it a shot. Her birthday's on Thursday, but today's the last day I'll see her. It's Tuesday. So right now I'm in the middle of cooking it, and I decided to record it. So, boom, here we go. We're giving it a shot here. Let's see what we got. I'm separating eggs. I'm down to the last egg, so. It's a strawberry cake, and it's made from fresh strawberries, whipped cream, and eggs. It's really light and fluffy. That's the tricky part. It's going to be super light and super fluffy. But I've never done it before. Alright. So I got enough to do an extra one. So now I need sifted flour. These are my pans, buttered and floured for the cake batter. 2/3 cup of sifted flour. 2/3. So I need 2/3 cup of 1/4 flour, sifted. Alright, sifted flour, 2/3 cup. So first, I'm going to whip the egg yolks and 1/3 cup of sugar until stiff. Sugar. I'm so hungry. So it's still, it's 9:17. I've been to the store, went shopping, and got stuff right after I woke up. So I haven't eaten breakfast yet. I didn't even work out this morning. I'm doing just this. Alright, so this is the sugar and the egg yolks. There we go. So that is whipped and set aside. And whip the egg whites and the sugar until stiff. So I'm going to put the egg whites in here. Let me wash my hands. Alright, back. So egg whites and 1/4 cup of sugar. 1/3 cup of sugar. I'm going to beat. Might help to plug it in. It's stiff. So I've never made this cake before, but I've seen it made a bunch of times, and I just can't remember this one part. It's been a few years, but this is not stiff yet. And I'm not much of a baker. Baking was never really my forte. I'm kind of throw stuff in the pot and season it so it tastes good. But baking is very specific, and you have to follow the instructions to a T. And this cake, the hard part is making it so it doesn't fall. It's got to stay light and fluffy. We'll see how that goes. Especially since I've never made it before. It's getting stiff. So I've done whipped cream. Homemade whipped cream a bunch of times. It's actually normally Christmas time I make whipped cream with cognac in it, and that's what I put in my coffee. Oh, this is starting to look right. So I do know that how to fluff stuff, or mixing it fluffens it. So fluffins is a word, isn't it? We're gonna go with it. Fluffins. Mixing fluffins. Yeah, now it's getting really fluffy. Let's see where we're at. Nope, not yet. But I do know you can't rush it, so I couldn't put this thing on like full speed to get it done faster. It does have to be done slowly, otherwise it turns into something else. So it's definitely looking a lot better. And I did buy enough stuff to make it twice. My goal is to get it made and be able to go to jiu-jitsu at 10:30, which I don't know. I got an hour to get this thing done. I'll be able to go to jiu-jitsu at 10:30 since I won't be able to go this evening. But I've got to get this cake made first. Let's see how it's looking. Almost. Yeah, it's getting really light and fluffy. See how it's starting to stick? It's stiff. Little more. The oven is hot, so the oven's ready, 350. We're gonna bake these for 10 minutes. Not even that. Not quite. A little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. This is probably the one time I wish I had that little DJI cam, but I never got it. because I don't have enough subscribers. So don't forget to hit click and subscribe, and hit the little bell to be notified on the occasions I upload a new video. Oh, it's getting there. Just a few more ticks longer. That's getting there. Alright, so I folded in the yolk, this yolk, and the flour. I fold into the egg whites and then pour it in the pan to put it in the oven.
Good. Might have to release. Yeah. So see how it forms that little peak? Boom. That's what I want. That's perfect. Perfect. See how that sticks?
Alright, see if we can see how good this looks. Almost there. I think a couple more minutes will be good. Almost. Good. Oh, no, not too fast. So I have it on, it's between 2 and 4. I'm kind of like feeling, I don't want it all the way up to 4. 4's too fast, but this 2's a little too slow. So I'm just kind of toggling it between 2 and 4. See how it looks. Perfect. That's good. There it is. That is what we want. Alright, so alright, I gotta take my sweatshirt off. Do the cookings. Alright. I don't want my hat on. Alright, let's see. This looks good. Oh. I have to release. Yeah. So see how it forms that little peak? Boom. That's what I want. That's perfect. Perfect. See how that sticks? So now we're going to fold everything together. Not stir, we're going to fold it all together. Because we don't want to rupture the fluff that we've created in the egg whites. So we're going to fold all this in as we pour. We pour slowly, a little bit at a time. It's like the best way to describe it would be at like a meringue. Which is like the only part of the lemon meringue pie I don't like is the meringue. So we're gonna fold this in. We don't want to add too much at a time because then it will collapse. And we don't want it to collapse. So we're going to fold, gently fold. And since this is moisture, we're just adding a lot of moisture in. Let's see. So now, keep folding. I'm not stirring as much as I got folding. I don't know how else to explain it.
So I'm just folding it. I'm not stirring it per se. I'm just kind of folding it in on each other. Just scooping from the bottom and bringing it up top. I don't want to swish it because that will lose all my fluff, and I don't want to lose the fluff. I spend a lot of time fluffing. That's the hardest part, is getting this fluff and keeping it. You know, anybody can get a fluff up, but it's getting the fluff and keeping it.
Alright, so as soon as I feel it's all mixed, I will separate it into the two pans evenly and cook for 10 minutes. So, lucky for me, I took a shower last night and all my gym stuff is in the car and ready. So all I have to do is I brush my teeth already, just eat something and get in the car and go. Now I've realized that there's definitely some steps missing from this recipe that's in our book. And I only know what's going on because I've seen it done so many times. So I think Elysse and I will have to rewrite the recipe. Alright, it looks good. See if you can see that. There you go. It looks good. Now we're ready to pour. When I work in the office, things start coming out and it's a mess everywhere. That's what I end up with. But in the shop, when I'd work on cars, my station would be a mess until I got a big job. An engine, a transmission, something like that. And I would actually clean my workstation before I started because I like to lay everything out. And some people, when they bake, are slobs. I lived with one. But when I bake or cook, I gotta clean before I start. I don't know why that is. I just have to have I like to have everything clean before I start. I know it's silly, but that's just the way. Maybe it's a little OCD of me. So yeah, I'm not good at sharing kitchens. So this doesn't look like a lot of batter. So I'm going to tap the pans to get it evenly spread. Across, and to get out any big air bubbles. We don't want any big air bubbles in it because it will cause it to fall when it's done cooking. We don't want that. So we want to give it good taps to make sure we got all the big air bubbles out. I think we're ready, peoples. $350 center rack, 10 minutes. Alexa, stop timer. Let's see how they turn out. So there he is. That's done. You need to go into, what are you still doing now?
Huh? Come on. Why are you not in your cage? Come on. Come on, old lady. Come on. There you go.
Alright, let's hope they don't fall. But we're going to move them while they... Now on to strawberries. Alright, so I let the cake sit for about 5 minutes. Cool. Now I want to take them out of the pans so they can cool. Now I want to take them out of the pans so they can cool in the rack. This is just to make sure they loosen up. And don't, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I don't know that it says to do this, but I don't want to take the chance of the cakes sticking to the rack at all. So I'm just going to cover the rack in parchment paper so the cakes can't stick to it. And then we're just going to go there, face down. Oop. Oh! Yay! Alright, second one. This is always nerve-wracking. Because if like half of it sticks, then it breaks in half. And while there are some people that can rescue that, I am not one of them. Alright, ready, set. Oh. Ah! The whole thing's stuck. Got these special brownie spatulas that fold. Not good. Not good. We're just gonna slowly free it up, nice and gently. There. Now. Oh! Woo! I almost ruined the whole show. I had to start over again. Alright, so now we're going to let these cool. That was nerve-wracking. Strawberries. Now we're going to cut some strawberries and we're going to sugar them up and make... Oh, I got the world's biggest knife for cutting strawberries. Sorry. I like this one. Alright, so now we're going to cut strawberries and we're going to sugar them up. So, and then make whipped cream. And then we'll start icing. We're going to do some whipped cream into the strawberries, and some whipped cream into, and just on strawberry whipped cream. So the cakes are done. That's the most nerve-wracking part, is getting the cakes done and not having them fall on you. So I feel pretty confident at this point I can manage the rest. My biggest concern was actually just making the cakes. Because I've never fluffed the egg whites before or anything like that. So now I'm just going to chop these strawberries up because they're going to go into the filling. Between the two cakes is going to be whipped cream and strawberry filling. This is not a very heavy cake. This is a very light cake. It's very fluffy. It's all fluffed up egg whites and milk with fruits on it and sugar thrown in, which is all okay. Alright, whisk washed. So now we're going to make whipped cream. That's where the vanilla extract comes in. And just use heavy whipping cream. I'm just going to pour this in. I'm going to use it all. I hope I have extra. I like to keep the extra for coffee. So if I do coffee with this, I'll put some cognac in it. So now we're just going to fluff this just like we did the egg whites. And we're going to do some sugar, because it definitely needs sugar for whipped cream. And it's really sugar to taste. And this says a tablespoon and a half of vanilla extract. A teaspoon and a half. So this is 1 teaspoon. So we're going to do 1 and a half. So now this just whips. I'm going to try to get it between that 3 and 4. I find that perfect for the whipping. You don't want to overdo this because then you make butter. And we don't want to make butter. And my battery's about to die. So just don't die before it. And the sugar in this is probably a 1/4 cup or 1/3 cup, but I'm doing it to taste because I've made it so many times. The whipped cream I'm pretty confident on making. It's the rest of the stuff I wasn't sure about. My cakes are looking good. They haven't fallen yet, so that's good.
That's looking nice. Got a nice, then when we lift it, might have to do it right. Yeah, so you know, it stays stiff. That's what we want. We want our whipped cream nice and stiff.
So now we're gonna bring the cakes over, strawberry ice it, and then we're almost done. We might make training today after all. Nice. Alright, we don't want to make butter, so we're going to go with that. So we're just going to set that aside in case we need to make more whipped cream. Alright, so now plate, and we're gonna plate these cakes. We're gonna plate the first one. Nice. Put it in the center. And we're gonna take some whipped cream. We're gonna mix it with the strawberries. Start with that. I'm gonna fold it all together. So this is gonna be the filling. What's in the middle of the cake. There's a little too much juice in there. We're probably gonna have to make more whipped cream. There we go. So strawberry filling, the center of the cake. It's just strawberry, whipped cream, and sugar. Nothing special. Like I said, this is a very light cake. Alright, so then we're going to take this and we're going to spread it in the middle. Almost, pretty good. Looks like I did make enough whipped cream. I'm going to have extra for my coffee. Perfect. Alright, so we're going to save this in case we mess up. Hands washed. Now I've got to cut the strawberries and I'm going to decorate the cake. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to slice it. I'm not slicing it all the way through to the end because I'm going to try to fan it out. So this is not the way she would decorate it, but it's my best shot. And cut. There it is. Happy birthday, baby. Not the prettiest birthday cake she's ever had. But I think given the circumstances, I did a pretty good job. There you go. Alright. Happy birthday, baby. I love you. Ouch. It's a blizzard. Oh, look at those. Those are cool.
These?
Shiny laces.
Yes.
That's pretty neat.
Cool. She's like, man, these are cool. But now I know you lied. You didn't actually look at them.
I did look at them. I didn't see the shiny laces.
Oh, so they're only cool because of the shiny laces?
No, but that's cool too. The shiny laces.
I see how you be.
What do you mean you see how I be?
I see how you be.
I see how you be.
I see how you be.
I see how you be. Poopy doopy.
No poopy. Make a cake. It don't go too good.
There's something for you in the fridge.
Did you make it? Thank you, Daddy.
You're welcome. I hope it's good.
Well, let's try it and see.
Well, let's wait for everybody else later. We'll try it later.
Okay.
Everybody gets home.
sounds suspicious.